Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed with me, BringItDon. Let's finally get off this darn island.
Thank the gods it's still here. Get on.
There, in the distance. It's Paradise. So, the smuggler wasn't lying.
My name's Eora, you know.
Are you coming, or staying here and arguing?
Oi, I told you. I'm defending myself.
Look, if this is the soul plague the Emperor sent you to find, we have to stop it. You have to stop it, no matter what it takes.
I'd heard rumours about folk changing. Out in the hinterlands. I thought they were just that. You know, stories. I never imagined it'd be like this.
It's neither curse nor illness. The first step is to identify the cause.
I don't know how, but if anyone can find a way, it's you.
Will you get on before I leave without you?
Aye, onward to Paradise.
Yeah, after seeing that 3 times, I'm glad to finally move on.
Never thought I'd be glad to sail here with a smuggler.
If anyone asks, you never met me.
I finally turned off motion blur as well.
Suppose this is where I leave you then. I owe you my life, Envoy. I won't soon forget what you did.
I think it was only at 20 or 30%. What will you do now?
I don't know. It's all just sinking in. I hope the folks at the embassy know where to find a good, strong drink.
Is that a pun? It's all just sinking in? Where do I find the embassy?
You don't have to. Just go up the pier. I imagine they've sent someone official-like to take you there.
Must be nice, eh?
Anything I should look out for in Paradise?
Well, it's the Living Land's biggest port. People come from all over. Not all of them are Adir's friends.
Wonder why?
You'll be fine. After the fort, I figure you can survive anything.
The Living Lands. The Living Lands are a vast island home to wild ecosystems and undiscovered mysteries. Settlers from across Eora come in search of fortune, adventure, and prosperity. Global powers view the Living Lands as a gateway to the east, a right prospect for future expansion. Goodbye, Garrick. Good luck.
Same to you. You'll make the Emperor proud, I'm sure of it.
Or I'll be a huge disappointment.
I'm not cut out for the kind of scrapes you get yourself into. You go on without me. I'll see if the embassy needs any help.
Look, I'll no thank you for showing basic decency. But you saved my life. That counts for something. To me, anyway.
What will you do after this?
Try to survive. Same thing I do every day. There are always crews looking for hands. I'll find more work somewhere.
Do all the locals dislike Adirans?
Not all of them. But it's not a great way to make friends. Give Paradisans a chance. That's why they came here in the first place.
Anything I should know about Paradise?
Try not to get killed. Nah, I'm kidding. Just don't go around acting like you own the place. Alright?
Goodbye.
Hope we don't run into each other. Still, take care of yourself. They don't know. Paradise doesn't know.
This is your final warning, Kai. One more, and I put a bullet in your leg.
And here I thought we were getting along. You know, if you'd just tell me where the claviture is, I'd get out of your hair.
He's out on official business. That's all you need to know.
So he didn't tell you either, huh?
These docks are reserved for the Imperial Envoy of Adir.
'Tis I. I got a few frame rate drops there. Water looks a little rough right there. Over here it's fine.
Hey! turn around and sail back to wherever you came from. This dock is reserved for the Imperial envoy. And he's late. Huh, probably died at sea. Good riddance.
He's very much alive. It's sitting right in front of you.
What?
Nice.
Forgive me, envoy. I meant nothing by it. A slip of the tongue. Can we start over? Name's Cynric, captain of the local militia. We're a scrappy bunch, but we know our way around Paradise. Unlike most Adirans who couldn't find their ass with both their hands. Oh, present company excluded. They told me you were godlike, but I didn't know what to expect. Your face, it's so...
Glare silently.
Ooh, on second thought, why don't I just shut up before I say anything else I regret?
Now there's a good idea.
No doubt you've come for the Adiran ambassador, but he's gone, along with our claviger.
Alright, claviger. The claviger is the Paradisian equivalent to a governor. Unlike most bureaucrats, the claviger is unelected and often hostile toward official procedures. Instead, they are informally chosen from among those who know the city best, tasked with maintaining Paradise, defending it, and reining in its own worst impulses. Who or what is the claviger?
Well, he's the closest thing we have to a local authority. Part keeper of the keys, part bald fist.
Paradise's mayor, more or less. Most people out here aren't fond of established hierarchies and titles. So, we made up some new ones.
Raise an eyebrow. They left town at the same time.
No, there's some kind of blight in the wilderness and rumors of plague. They went to investigate. Nature has a mind of its own in these parts. When the ecosystem changes, we ask ourselves how and why.
Leaderless and rudderless is the natural state of things in Paradise anyway. Keeps things interesting.
I have a missive to deliver from the Emperor of Adir.
I'm sorry, envoy, but no one's here to receive it.
Nonsense. There's a small army of pickpockets, smugglers, and scoundrels between those walls who'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Just ignore him.
Where did you say they went? Because I've got an idea.
They traveled northwest to the Strangle Route, past the old Pargroon Wall.
You need to find the ambassador, and I need to find the claviger. How's about we partner up?
Alright, Pargroon. The Pargroonen are a subculture of the Aptapo mountain dwarves, known as keen explorers and faithful defenders of their traditions. They settled in the Living Land centuries ago, forging a new homeland in the region of Galloween's Tusks. And Falston Hillguard. Falston Hillguard is an Adiran ambassador dispatched to the Living Lands on a mission of peace and mutual cooperation. His headquarters are located at the Adiran Embassy in the city of Paradise. How's about? Excellent. You could be the brawn to my brains.
See, Cynric, I knew someone would appreciate me for me.
Kai, before you go, I just hate to send the envoy out there. The wilderness is no place for a scholar.
Yeah, but I've
Make
got a
sure
hammer.
he comes back alive, or the steel garrote will have my head.
Better yours than mine.
The Steel Garrote is an order of paladins fiercely devoted to Wotica, goddess of law and discipline. Known for their cruelty and determination, the Steel Garrote will stop at nothing to hunt down oathbreakers, deserters, and heretics. They're led by Inquisitor Lodwyn. Before I head out, what's this about the Steel Garrote?
The Steel Garrote are here as guests, helping Adirans like yourself keep the peace. Or so they say.
What are they doing here?
You tell me, envoy. The Adirans came to our shores with their soldiers, their bureaucrats, and their cult of murderers. Asking a lot of nosy questions is a good way to end up with a knife in your back.
I've never met a Steel Garrote paladin in the flesh.
They're an order of religious cutthroats, sharpening their blades for the glory of the burned queen. Oof, creepy bunch, too. Who needs enemies when you have friends like the Steel Garrote? Speaking of the Steel Garrote, fair warning, their leader, Inquisitor Ludwine, is eager to greet you. Or possibly interrogate you.
Ludwine. At one point, I could pronounce the Adirian letters or words a bit better. It's been a while since I played Pillars of Eternity. Should I know her?
I heard she's a monster, the personal handmaiden of the Burned Queen. But that's not all. They say she fell in battle in the Deadfire, and death spat her back out.
Oh, she's a, I call Death Guard, are they? We dealt with those in Deadfire. Hi, Wotica. Also known as the Burned Queen, Strangler, Oathbinder, and the Queen That Was, is the goddess of justice, law, oaths, promises, rulership, vengeance, memory, and hierarchies. She is depicted as an old noblewoman wearing a broken crown. Steel-Garrote paladins worship Wotica, and some say do her bidding. Inquisitor Ludwine is the leader of the Steel-Garrote paladins. She fell in battle in the Deadfire Archipelago, and later returned as a Death Guard. Relentless and uncompromising, Ludwine strikes fear in the hearts of her enemies. And the Deadfire Archipelago is an expansive region known for its volcanic islands and treacherous seas. 3 years ago, the god Aethys rampaged across the Deadfire in the body of an Adra Colossus, where he did lasting damage to the ancient ruins of Ukaizo. The consequences of his rampage are a topic of spiritual uncertainty and fear. So I meant to bring this up earlier. So I did look up the dates, because they provide the dates in the intro cutscene for this game. This does take place 3 years after the events of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. So that's interesting. I want to know what the repercussions are going to be for that, because I wouldn't have suspected they'd have a game after Deadfire. Any idea what she wants with me?
That's none of my business, and let's keep it that way.
We'll have time to worry about Ludwine later.
Great. Something to look forward to.
First, we've got to find your ambassador and my claviger.
New companion. Kai is a seasoned soldier and mercenary from the Rotayan Empire. Restless but affable, his wandering has led him to the Living Lands in search of a peace he has yet to find. As an experienced and battle-tested veteran, Kai can withstand damage and draw enemy aggression. His incendiary ammunition can burn away flammable obstacles. His abilities Fire and Ice. A Kai fires a powerful shot from his blunderbuss, dealing high stun to a single enemy and taunting them for 10 seconds. And Firestarter. Order Kai to burn away webs, brambles, or other flammable obstacles.
I'll bet you're glad to be on dry.
Don't let the name fool you. The Strangle Route used to be a nice place.
A fast travel beacon unlocked.
Pogrunin left these beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
I have a ladder here. Tells me there's probably treasure out here somewhere. Yeah, I am getting some frame rate drops in the city. I might have to do some graphic adjustments. Wait.
That's enough for now.
Ah, there it is. Upgrade materials. You've just acquired an upgrade material. Upgrade materials are used to improve weapons and armor of the matching material type and quality. Upgrade materials can also be combined to create upgrade materials of higher quality. The workbench and party camp enables you to upgrade your items by using these upgrade materials. I knew it. Ooh, I find something down there. I see a dialogue thing off to the left. I'm assuming that means I can talk to Kai. He comes up here. Alright, I'm glad we can't talk to every single NPC, because we would Be doing that for a while.
Between the local militia's lacks at the best of times, which these are not. Dawnshore is most people's first view of the living lands and last brush with civilization. The Dream Scourge has driven people to the city, means more bandits on the road. Between tensions in the city and threats outside, the militia's in over their heads. The Dream Scourge has driven people to the city.
All right.
Means more bandits on the road.
Pod and Brentis.
Keep walking, Outlander.
Hey! Better watch your step.
The living lands is gonna eat you alive.
You don't want to get on the boss's bad side.
The docks are my territory. Remember that.
Stay out of trouble. Or else,
They'll let anyone into Dawnshore these days.
we own the docks. That means we own the city, right?
The living lands is gonna eat you alive.
There's a puzzle over there. I see it. Sparrowhawk Wastrel. Yago the Sea Wolf.
What are you looking at?
I hear a treasure. You're not sure if we're supposed to be over here yet. Probably not. There's definitely a treasure inside that. I had seen this little area.
Yeah.
Oh, what an awful stench. Someone needs a bath.
How dare you? And now we can go over here. Alright, boat, what you got? Show me your secrets. Nothing. Alright. We're gonna spend a lot of time exploring, it looks like. Which is good. I like discovering secrets. I like, puzzles. Don't like these frame rate drops I'm getting, though. Alright, so that's how I use Kai's stuff.
Please, how hard is it to answer a question?
I don't trifle with souls, ma'am.
They're tearing my home apart. Never mind. I can't believe how rude everyone is around here.
I don't think Dawnshore is much for niceties.
It wouldn't kill them to think about it, at least. How hard could it be to find a watcher?
Watchers are rare individuals, blessed or cursed, with the ability to interact with the dead and see into the realm between life and death. Some watchers are driven mad by their gift, while others struggle to live normal lives. I'm sure that there's an address registry in the city archives you could consult.
That's a long way to walk. Oh well. The house is probably a loss by now.
This sounds serious. Is someone in trouble?
Something more like. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do?
Zorup. Zorups are reptilian humanoids who settle in the wild parts of Eora. They're known for worshipping creatures larger than themselves, e.g. dragons, ogres. But in the absence of a leader, will bide their time until one is found. Fiercely territorial, they will attack anyone who crosses into their land or threatens their tribe. How's consulting a watcher supposed to help with that?
I don't know. Maybe they're drawn to a spirit there? I've tried everything else. I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed. I did ask the militia. They weren't risking their lives for a poor shelter folk. First, my ship gets attacked by pirates. Then none of my plants will take. Now this happens? And they won't let me into Paradise to sort it out?
Hi, Wood Elf. Elves are common across Eora. They have a natural lifespan double that of a dwarf, and significantly higher than a human, a Moa, or Orlin. Shelter folk, Wood Elves, are prominent in the Adir Empire. Glamfelon, Pale Elves, are native to the polar ice of the white that wins. Who's they?
The militia. They're scared of some plague. At least that's what they say. I wonder if it's really the Adirans. Keep us out and themselves in. I should never have come here.
Come here for a better life and find a worse one. Wish I hadn't heard that before.
Chin up. Why don't I look into this Zart problem for you?
Thank the gods. I wasn't sure how many more pitying looks I could stand. Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zorips saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them. And make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them.
You'll get your cabin back. That's a promise.
Thank you. That may not be worth much coming from a stranger, but I mean it.
To Hengen's Key. A small unassuming key to the cottage northwest of Paradise. The Hengen has tied a blue ribbon to the end for safekeeping.
Oh, please tell me I can go home now.
I'm still working on it.
Then I'll still be here. I have nowhere else to go.
There's more dialogue I didn't get to explore. Asking about her plants. Militia Captain Sinric.
Feels like the living lands is growing wilder every day.
Walter.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a fine weapon or a sturdy shield. Not to worry, Walter is here. I suggest you take a look at my wares before you speak to Daggerda. Who knows what mood she's in today?
Where do you get your wares?
From legitimate sources, clearly. From traders and adventurers, mostly, and a few used pieces from people down on their luck.
I didn't consider the legitimacy of your wares, but I am now.
Apologies, friend. People see me selling weapons on the harbor and call my morals into question. I assure you, all of my wares have been vetted for quality and polished thoroughly to remove any unwanted stains.
You're not doing much to gain my confidence.
Well, I believe my wares speak for themselves. Figuratively, I mean.
Let's see what you have for sale. Ooh, a fine great hammer. I'm a little shy on funds. Oh yeah, I want to see if I can equip Kai as well. So I'll keep a couple of these things. Not these. I should probably keep the bow for puzzles. And I don't need these, but if I can equip Kai, I don't know what he has equipped. If we could even equip my companion. There we go. Ability tree companions. The companion ability tree contains the abilities of your recruited companions. When your companions level up, you'll be able to spend companion ability points to purchase or upgrade their abilities. You may also spend currency to reset companion ability points. I will read this when we have points. Oh, we have a point to spend now. So Fire and Ire. Ire fires a powerful shot from his blunderbuss, dealing high stun to a single enemy and taunting them for 10 seconds. Then we'll get extra powder on the first level. Let's see what all the abilities do. Unbending Defense. Kai steals his mind to regenerate health and increases damage reduction by 25%. Leap of Daring. With a mighty leap, Kai crashes down upon the enemy, stunning and taunting all nearby enemies. And Second Wind. When Kai's health is reduced to 0, he revives himself by restoring 50% of his maximum health. That's what we'll do, Fire and Ire. So we'll get extra powder, I think. Fire and Ire ignites the target. Oh, we get to pick? So Pure Lead greatly increases the amount of stun dealt by Fire and Ire. Or Quick Reload reduces the cooldown for Fire and Ire by 50%. This seems like the best, right?
What harm could some new armor do? Look good and stay alive. Heading out to the wilds? Make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to...
Kai, I told you not to show your face around here again.
Come on. You're not still mad about that hunting knife, are you?
All right, no. You're clear. But you better pay up front this time.
I knew you'd come around. You miss me.
I'll let you think that. Now don't mind him. What are you interested in?
Are you and Kai old friends?
Yeah, some of the oldest in Paradise. He's a headache, but that's because you want him to come back alive.
So you do care.
I lied to the garrote for you. Do I have to spell it out?
Let's see what you have for sale. I find plate armor. Can't afford that either. Wayfarer's gloves. So item bonus, minus 10% stamina cost while blocking. Power attack steal plus 5% bonus fire damage. Oh, a treasure map. Intimidating feline codpiece. This map reveals the location of a hidden treasure somewhere in Dawnshore. Lockpicks. Plus 15 maximum stamina. Plus 10% resistance to poison and bleed accumulation. So I'm not going to waste money, I think, on any common stuff. It's only going to be uniques. So obviously this is unique. Lockpicks are also important, I would assume. So let's grab these. We'll go ahead and grab this because they're unique and have a pretty good effect. And this treasure map. Alright, so treasure map, intimidating feline codpiece. My husband spent a fortune on this Stelgar codpiece to spice things up in the bedroom. Now he's dead on account of a weak heart. I want nothing to do with that tasteless, though brutally effective garment, so I'll leave it to the gods to find a worthy bearer. Fantastic. We could grab these or something, but I have the gauntlets give me a bonus to stun. I have dodge distance. Yeah, that's what I have equipped. I have dodge distance on my boots. The stamina would be good. I have minus stamina due to the armor that I'm wearing. But I want to spend all my money right now.
Protect that pretty face. Armor and shields for sale, Envoy.
Alright. We'll equip this. So it doesn't look like I can equip my companion. As far as I can tell. So I think we'll just sell these things.
Time to resupply.
Yeah, I only buy unique stuff. I'm not going to waste money on common stuff. We've got something for Kai, right?
the local militia's lacks at the best of times, which these are not.
Welcome to Donshore, traveler. My name is Dagerda. You seem like you could use a nice potion or a bite to eat. And I promise a safe and pleasant transaction, despite whatever Volter told you.
Volter warned me about you.
I'm sure he did. He'd rather chase off my customers than admit he was wrong.
Didn't realize they were married. What happened to break up your marriage?
To be honest, stranger, I'm not inclined to go into it. He knows what he did. And let's leave it at that.
I'm just looking at your wares. Yeah, some sweet melons.
The living lands are a dangerous place.
Nice to see you again. How can Volter be of assistance?
I was gonna see if we can follow up on their marriage. I heard the chime of a treasure.
Yeah. That lighthouse has been under repair since Adiran ships began filling the harbor.
Yeah.
Stand back.
Yeah.
Hear another treasure chime, I think. We're gonna get so sidetracked in this game, and it's gonna be awesome. Alright, I see a path forward. Juliana's shipment. Bathhouse shipment. Someone has tampered with the crate, and the lockbox inside falls open to reveal sachets of woodsy, bracing-smelling herbs. The scent identifies them as Halia's parsley, common to the Adiran mainland. Small doses can prevent a pregnancy. A large dose can end one. That's all it tells me here. Crate holding a lockbox full of sachets of bathhouse herbs. The rumor reveals why a buyer would want to keep them secret. Still getting some frame rate drops. I may have to adjust the, oh, that's cool. The graphics, which I'll do off camera. We'll just go with it now. I went with whatever the default is. Whatever it detected my PC could run. I've got pretty robust specs, so I don't think I'd struggle very much graphically.
Yeah.
Alright, I get in through there. probably shadows or reflections or something that's causing the frame rate. That's usually the case. I hear the chime again.
Yeah.
There it is. How does that compare to what I currently have equipped? It's a little worse. I get more stamina back, but... Throwables. Press and hold RB to throw your equipped throwable. Change your equipped throwable in the action radial. Throwables come in many elemental variants capable of building up accumulations in combat. Grenades in particular are extremely effective at stunning enemies. Spear thrusts with average speed, delivering moderate damage and stun at a long melee range. However, they have low block efficiency, incurring a moderately high stamina cost when blocking. I'm glad I bought lockpicks. Alright, so another treasure taken care of. Alright, it is going to bother me. Let's change my settings real quick. I hate to do it in the middle of an episode, but... So, graphics... Most are epic. I'm going to reduce the reflection quality and the shadow quality, because that's almost always... Is there a hair? Sometimes hair creates issues as well. It feels a little smoother already. Still a little choppy. Back up here. And I'm sure it'll even out once we get out of the city as well, or a populated area.
I've come in search of lost treasures. Have you heard any rumors of such things in the area?
I suppose so, actually. There are some Pargrunan ruins to the north, just across the river from the Stranglewood. The Pargrunan are said to have left behind many treasures.
Very good. I will remember you. You will be justly compensated upon my return.
Yeah, sure. Just be careful, all right? The land gets more dangerous the further north you go. No telling what might be waiting for you.
It's a fine day for adventuring. Greetings, godlike.
I mean interrupt. I apologize. Hello there. Test your mettle. You think you have what it takes to stand against me? Come see for yourself. Whether you're a Paradisa native, an Adira newcomer, or anyone else, you're welcome in my arena. Just leave your problems and politics at the threshold, unless you want to be the next one to test my theory. That Kith can fly, but only straight towards the ground, and only once. Come to the top of Magran's Assay to see what you're made of. Cosmina, Weapons Master. Yep, there's a frame rate drop again. Yeah, I'll get that figured out off camera at some point. I'll not be wasting my upgrade resources on my starting gear. That would be silly. start up here. Going on, fellas. I'll take that. Yeah, I really feel like my PC shouldn't struggle with running this game. It could be something I have to patch out. So I have a 3080 Ti and what is like 13700K CPU. Like I said, it's a pretty robust PC. Let's go back down.
Yeah.
Move along, please.
Tell me what to do.
I was here first. I'm not going anywhere.
If you're not working or selling something, you're loitering. Clear the way.
Now listen, you might be big in idea, but these are our docks, not yours. You're in for a rude surprise if you think we'll answer to you.
Fine. Have it your way.
Not sure what you were trying to accomplish with that.
Oh, piss off.
Store's closed, everybody. My supplies are all spoken for. Again, store's closed.
Oh, we actually came from there. I'm feeling pretty confident about my exploration of that direction.
Leave me alone.
All right.
I can't help it. After what happened with Kalisha.
I know, dear, but worrying isn't going to do anything.
You're right. Of course.
Have faith, love.
Oh, you must be the Imperial envoy that just arrived. Hello.
Darling, you don't think that...
I don't know. I'm sure you're very busy, envoy. But do you know of any other ships from Adir that are slated to arrive soon?
I don't. I'm sorry.
It's all right, but thank you.
We're waiting for our son, you see. He's been living in Adir for a number of years now, but is finally coming home.
I just hope he doesn't meet any trouble. I couldn't bear the thought of losing him, too. Not after...
After what?
After we lost our little girl. She was working as a mercenary in the Deerwood. Last we heard, she was traveling to Gilded Vale to check in on Alvra, our other daughter.
No.
But she never made it. We can only assume the worst.
She's the parents of, I think of the first companion you get, the woman that follows you through the cave in the tutorial section of Pillars of Eternity. Right? Because Alfra was her sister. I'm pretty sure. It's been a little while since I played, but I'm pretty sure these are the parents of the, that... I can't remember her name. But her and the other companion die in the beginning. Spoiler alert, I guess. I'm sorry for your loss, truly.
We appreciate that, Envoy.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Envoy. We really appreciate it. Gods be with you.
Oh, I forgot to read the Deerwood.
May the gods watch over you.
Thank you again, Envoy.
Still, there is something to be said for the stability that the Adirans bring.
For you, perhaps, if you don't mind ignoring their stance on animancy.
I suppose. It isn't perfect, but in all my years living here, I've never felt so safe.
Ah, well, let's hope they never make it to Fjord. It wouldn't end well.
I'm grateful for Adir. I was getting tired of the lawlessness.
I am getting tired of the malicious dream scourge fears. Seems overblown to me.
Alright, so we heard a chime over here. It's probably underneath the dock, if I had to guess. It could be above us. Oh, it's actually right there, didn't it? Yeah, I see it on that ledge. I guess you drop down into this. Exploring somewhere else. Make sure I don't hear a chime below the dock. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna spend a lot of time exploring, trying to find all this loot.
Yeah.
Aha! I did not think we were gonna get that. The jump mechanic seems very generous. If nothing else. Alright, the Adir Empire Part 1 Origin. Approximately 2200 AI, a group of tribes called the People of the Deer unified into a new civilization called the Adir Kingdom. The tribes, small and widespread over the land, it would be better for their continued existence to unify. The leaders of each tribe became advisors to the king, chosen by the group. Each advisor would still be lord over his people, but each lord would answer to the Fairkoning. Yeah, Fairkoning. First king. Fairkoning. This decision was exactly what it was needed, and the Adiran kingdom thrived, spreading across the land and establishing strong trade routes. The Adirans became known as fair but shrewd businessmen, while the country thrived, and internally there was little strife. There were still the occasional skirmishes with the neighboring elven kingdoms of Coquelin. Not long after the kingdom was formed, the Adiran people began studying animancy. Still largely unknown at that time, animancy was an exciting, terrifying new realm in which Adiran scholars saw great potential. This potential became to bear fruit in 2260 AI, when a group of animancers, working together, transferred the soul of a recently departed man into another body, created the first of what would later come to be known as the undead. Reaction to this discovery was swift and decisive. Both the King of Adir and the Church of Woedica condemned this event, and the study or practice of animancy was outlawed. It would never again be practiced openly on Adiran soil. Conflicts with Coquelin continued, escalating into a minor war in 2398 AI. Afterward, a treaty was signed and the Kingdom of Adir merged with Coquelin to form the Adir Empire. With the political and military strife now settled, the Adir Empire would become an economic powerhouse, able to acquire and generate resources that were difficult to obtain in other parts of the world. The Empire's trade routes became some of the most lucrative in the world. Thought I heard chime. A chime.
Are all paradisans like this?
Hey, at ease, soldier. You don't have to stand like that.
They've only been here a few years, but the Adherents act like they run the place.
You say the militia have closed Paradise to newcomers, so where should I go?
Well, there's always the shantytown, but, well, you know.
Yeah, I haven't heard the best things about that place. Is there nowhere else?
Perhaps the adherents are looking for new recruits.
No thanks. I'd rather risk the journey further inland than throw my lot in with them.
Your funeral, I guess. Why not just stay here? I'm sure you could find work around the landing.
Maybe.
Don't even bother heading to Paradise unless you've got a friend in the militia. Or maybe Heelguard could pull some strings.
I sailed all the way from the Eastern Reach, if you can believe it.
Alright, the most unfortunate tale of Favia and Bernat, of alien tragedy. Scene. Laya watches Bernat approach Favia's tree, looking for a human form. This is actually from one of the Pillars games. Laya. Behold, now comes the fun. That for which I have waited. His love is forfeit. Her life is forfeit. All I have worked towards shall be fulfilled. He says he knows his love. He says no force in the world could keep him from her. What chance is force against guile? Never will he find his love, for she is no longer his love. The spell cannot be undone except by her death, and by then it will be too late. But wait, he has seen her. Laya steps back to observe. Favia, pray mortal, why have you come here? These woods are not for your kind. The affairs of men have no place at this tree. Leave. Leave ere your welcome lapses. Bernat, foul creature, where is my love? What have you done with her? Always this has been the station of our encounters. Never before have I seen you. Where is my love? Answer. Answer ere my patience lapses. Favia, fool. This is my land and this is my tree. Your presence never before has been felt. Again I say to you, leave. My generosity will not be extended a third time. Laya steps forward again. Laya, talk. Discussion. I know the way to hurry the conclusion of this tale. Laya takes a deep breath and extends her throat as if she's yelling. A scream comes from the copse of trees where the... forgot to say that. Pigbrush stand. Bernat, my love. Bernat steps forward, brandishing his sword. Bernat, prepare yourself, wretch. For not even death can stand between me and my love. I'll have her from you, or you will meet your end. Bernat moves towards Favia, who closes to fight. They fight. During the fight, Bernat is grievously injured as he delivers the killing blow to Favia. She falls to the ground, and as she dies, the spell on her breaks, transforming her back into her Delmgen form. Favia, Bernat, Bernat, my love, what have you done to me? What was it I said? What was it I did? Has our love soured in your heart? Bernat, Favia, my love, my life, what foul sorcery has befallen you? Have you come to be laid low by my hand? Fie. Fie to the gods for such treachery. Fie to all who stood in our way. Favia, fear not, my beloved. For now we are together, and together we always will be. Nothing can keep us apart. But lo, why is it suddenly so dark? Where is the sun gone? Where are you? I cannot see you. I will find you. I will... Favia dies. Bernat, I curse upon the fiend who has betrayed me. To hold love in your hand and have it wrenched away. Bernat winces and puts his hand in his shirt. It comes out covered in blood. Bernat, what luck, what chance? Tragedy may yet turn to fortune. Favia, my love, soon I will rest in your arms. We'll lie together again as one, and forever shall we be side by side. I go now to meet my love. Berith, I accept your cold embrace. I welcome your company. I beg your mercy. Bernat lies down next to Favia's body. Bernat, I am ready. Bernat dies. Laya steps out from her hiding spot and runs to Burnat's body. Laya. Burnat, you fool. You wretch. How can you leave me? I'm alone. I'm forgotten. I'm cast out. Without your love, how can I continue? Life holds no thrall without your visage upon which I may gaze. What shall I do? But here, my salvation, my answer. Laya picks up Burnat's sword. Laya, his blade, his weapon. I shall be impaled upon him, and he shall cut through me. I will not be denied my love. I will not be denied my love. You will be mine, if not in this life, then in the next. Laya impales herself on the sword. Laya, I come for you, my love, my Burnat. Wait for me, and I will find you. We shall love forever. Laya dies. Let's track a different quest. Tracking the wrong one. Oh, it is tracking that one. Okay. So we're right on track.
Yeah.
Hey, plate armor. That should be better. Awesome.
There it is again.
Get a hold of yourself. There's nothing down there, right?
Unless you found the missing key, I can't.
There is.
It's probably your stomach.
It's not. They've got things here that even WoW wouldn't dream about. I'm not taking any chances.
It's just rats or something.
No sudden moves. They'll startle it.
Storeroom key. There's probably another way to enter it.
Unseen, unheard.
Oh, I see. I should have...
Earth and Wrath!
That's one for us.
Yeah, you didn't help out at all, buddy. Hey, some action. Hey, Wayfarer's boots and a lockpick. Fantastic. I didn't read the description for the Wayfarer gloves, did I? Same description, luckily. So the Wayfarer's boots, plus 10% resistance to poison and bleed accumulation, and slightly regenerate health while walking. Sure. The most paladins that are devoted to Woduka can be found among the ranks of the Steel Garrote Order. There's always an exception to the rule. Ulfdrang was one such exception. He was one of the Order of Kind Wayfarers, who would spend his days walking alongside those traveling the roads of Adir, keeping them safe from beast and outlaw alike. Ulfdrang favored a shield in combat, partially to protect himself, but more so to protect those he traveled alongside. It seems that a small sliver of both his desire to protect and his fiery zeal yet remained in the gauntlets he wore in life. And this one, for all the walking Ulfdrang did, he was never known to complain about sore feet or legs. These boots, with their minor restorative enchantment, may be the reason for that. The Kind Wayfarers is one of the orders of Paladin you can select in the Pillars of Eternity games. And they get bonuses to healing, I believe. Or they have better healing.
Gods above.
Hello. Gods below, actually.
Thought you were. I didn't know what you were.
Yeah. Cool. Still can't access this. Keep that in mind. Nope, not a lockpicks after this. Seems like the frame rate has evened out a fair bit, so maybe it was just those two settings. Now, of course, we'll have to see how YouTube compresses the file when I upload it. So. Alright, Axis swing with average speed, delivering moderately high damage and stun. However, they have only moderate block efficiency and incur a moderate stamina cost when attacking. Maybe where I fought those ghosts, right? Yeah. Of course, I saw a ladder out here. Oh, there it is. Well-worn book. This book has clearly been read often. The lettering on its spine is faded and the pages are frayed. One page in particular is dog-eared and the book opens to it naturally, almost as if it expected you to navigate here specifically. An excerpt from this page catches your eye. It was dark as the Met Queen hurried across the palace grounds to the royal stables. Court had adjourned for the evening, and the sun had retreated below the horizon hours ago. The hood of her cloak was pulled up tight over her head, concealing her features. Turning a corner, the Met Queen's heart skipped a beat in her chest. She spied a pair of patrolling royal guards headed straight for her. She quickly ducked back out of sight and pressed herself up against the wall, breath held and heart threatening to burst straight out of her chest. Whether it was thanks to the guards' obliviousness, the Met Queen's quick thinking, or just sheer luck, the pair walked right past the spot where their queen hid. Only after the guards were nearly out of sight did the Met Queen release her breath with a shudder. Once she regained her composure, the Met Queen crossed the remainder of the grounds to the royal stables. As she stepped inside, she felt a tightness in her chest as she laid eyes once more upon the Emperor's master of horses. Her olive skin and almond eyes betrayed her Natlan heritage. The wavy black hair cascaded down her back. When she spoke, her voice was low and husky. You did not run into any trouble on your way here, I hope. McQueen's only reply was to hasten over to her paramour, with her arms around her. There she stood, with her lover in her arms, for an eternity that was over all too quickly. Releasing a contented breath, the McQueen looked up to lock eyes with the master of horses. No, no trouble. The United would defy the gods themselves to be here with you, Katali. Katali let out one of those low chuckles that the McQueen had come to find so endearing. I know, darling, I know, she whispered, eagerly pulling the McQueen with her to her bedchambers. You must be sweltering in that cloak. Let's get you out of it. That one is added to the journal. Okay. Have some stuff we can climb up there. I think we can go this way and climb it. Storeroom key. Hey, I know where that goes. An unremarkable key to a militia storeroom. It appears to have passed through many pairs of grimy hands. Recently written note. My fellow soldiers, I've grown tired of the lack of respect from this ragtag militia. I know many of you feel the same. Perhaps with the key to their precious storeroom missing, they'll learn some darn humility. It's much overdue. We can return the key after they've started treating us like the professional soldiers we are. Oh, we'll go back and open up that door. It'll probably be the last thing we do this episode. We'll check out up here first. Surprised there's no loot up here. I'm not sure how to speak to Kai. It might be something we can only do in camp. That's a little damage there. Still trying to get a feel for how far we can drop. It seems to take a second for the chiming to stop after you loot the container. And it makes me think there's another chest or something nearby. I see loot over there. Alright. Well, either way, then I'm going to call it here for now. Next time we'll continue exploring this area and looting what we can. We're still not even in Paradise, right? Hey, map screen. Map screen shows topographical maps of the regions of the living lands and their settlements. Exploring the living lands will gradually fill out your map screen with more geographic detail in the areas you have traversed. Also mark points of interest and other details like quests, stores, area transitions, party camps, and fast travel beacons on your map. You can fast travel directly to fast travel beacons and party camps by interacting with their icons on the map. Tracked quest objectives are marked on the map with an icon. Untracked quest objectives are also marked on the map with an icon. Press A while hovering over an untracked quest objective to make it your tracked quest. Yeah, this is all we've explored so far. Oh my gosh. Looks like it is mostly the city here, though, so once we're in there... Snakes! It will make some pretty fast progress. That's much further away than I would have expected. Well, cool. Either way, we made a lot of progress. We found a lot of loot. Feeling pretty good about it. I may go back and clear out some of this fog of war as well. Just while we're in the area. I didn't go down that dock. Yeah, did I? I got on that ship, I thought. Maybe it was that one. Oh, hey. Well, either way, for now, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.